Hey, Shalom, Shalom, Shalom. Call hello, Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakal Kodash. Once again, double honors go out to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who are well. Salutations also go out to the fellow Akim that are out there on the highways and byways pushing the truth across the four corners of the earth, trying to wake up the remaining hope for elect. This is Naaman with the DC camp. And today, I'd like to present to you. Now, I don't know whether in your viewing areas you have this annoying commercial that from time to time pops up. And it's from the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews. I have to turn the channel. I cannot stomach seeing that shit, knowing how fake it is, how much of a lie that it is. And I'm going to show you this commercial. This is from the beginning of the year. I couldn't find the current one. But this devil that started this, he died, has it been 6 years ago now? I'll look it up. But his daughter is running it. And this is one huge con. It's one huge hustle for these fake Jews, these Amalekites, all right, who stole our identity. It's a hustle. One of the largest ones ever conceived. All right, and in the current situation where you have the Palestinians at odds with them, you can just see, especially if you're viewing any broadcasts that tend to tilt to the right. Oh, they're having a good time with this. You know, Israel must defend themselves. Okay. But what about those people? You went over there in the late 40s, 48 in particular, and you just took their shit. And there's a map you can see where they controlled a small amount of land, and through the years, the decades, to the point now where you got those people, the Gaza Strip as it's called, and you have 1 million people crammed together, constantly being harassed by you, the Israelis. You're not Israelites, you're Israelis. And that's something these Christians, and now that I mention these stupid Christians who are now being sped up on by the so-called Jews, rocks thrown at them, because unbeknownst to you, stupid Christians, these so-called Jews hate you. You, for the majority of them, have spent your lives kissing their ass, and they're not even the real people. That's to me what's so funny about this. And oh my goodness, wasn't it Solomon 5th chapter when that day comes? And it's coming. When you realize the people that you look down on over here, all right, and the northern kingdom, the ones you have cutting your lawns and doing, landscaping and domestics, all right, the people that are coming through up from the southern border of America, yeah, those are Israelites. Yeah, those are Israelites. Those are the real deal. And these people, whom I always call the great pretenders, that's exactly what they are pretending. Let's go ahead and roll this video. Look at this shit. And you could do it. You could do it. You make all the money. Oops, sorry about that. You make all this money. You own and run the banking industry. Like I said, a hustle. Preying upon the emotions of ignorant people. Mostly you white supremacists, so-called. You just eat this up because God has to be white. The heavenly host, his son, everybody has to be white. Even though all this information is coming out to the contrary, and a lot of you already, just, hey, you know. All right. But this, you want to talk about hate? Look at this. Got this. I always show these pictures. Let's see if I can find it. I thought I had everything here to go. This is the elder Monaghan. He put this in the chat not long before I started this video. It's beautiful. These are your so-called Jews. They had just about everything. Every major. Look at here, Janet Yellen, Secretary of the Treasury. Look at this. Let me blow it up some more. Hold on. Look at this. Merrick Garland, Attorney General, Secretary of Homeland Security, Alejandro Mayorkas. Look at this. Director of National Intelligence, Avril Haines, White House Chief of Staff, Ron Klain. Who else we got here? Anthony Blinken, Secretary of State. All right. Deputy Secretary of State, Wendy Sherman. Secretary of State for Political Affairs, Victoria Nuland. The Office of Science and Technology Policy, Eric Lander. Director of the Central Intelligence Agency, David S. Cohen. Look at that. And then when you point this fact out that they're at the heads of everything, they run all the major corporations, the heads of government, the elite banking families, what? They say they are Jewish. All right, let me see if I can get it real quick. I'm going to have to do some, bear with me. Some gymnastics here. All right, there we go. Wasn't too bad. This is all right. All right. So you can see this is the Jewish Almanac from 1980. All right. You can see the dates there, copyrighted, all that. All right. There's a section here called Identity Crisis. Okay. Got the dog ear there. And it says a brief history of the terms for Jew. strictly speaking, it is incorrect to call an ancient Israelite a Jew, or to call a contemporary Jew an Israelite or a Hebrew. The first Hebrews may not have been Jews at all. All right, and contemporary Palestinians, by their own definition of the term Palestinian, have to include Jews among their own people, although in choosing the name Palestine for the homeland, they have picked a name that originally signified the opposite, an enclave of foreigners. All right. A Zionist in the strict sense is not an expansionist. The original Zion was only a single hill in Jerusalem, not a whole land. All right, much less from the Nile to the Euphrates, as the maximalists maintain. That's what they're trying to do over there now, trying to get all those people that they consider unimportant, namely the Palestinians who have been there, even though that's not their land either, because you got to understand, the original Canaanites who originally occupied that, which Israel took over, those are Hamites. All right, Philistia and all that. Those were dark skin, deep dark skin. You know, what you would call, well, they're Hamites. What you would call Africans today. All right. But in any case, we know that through prophecy, certain things were supposed to happen when the real Israelites. All right, you got to understand this Jew stuff, this Jewish. All right, that's only one tribe, people. I don't know where. You know this is a divine hand in this, because people are really this stupid. All right, that just represents one tribe. Three, when you truly understand what was going on, because Northern Kingdom was already over here on this side of the world. All right, and you just had Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. So this, which I always say, might have been the first time that where we had that the Romans would just say, oh, they all look alike, fuck it, call them all Jews. All right, but still, take it on its face. When you say Jew, that's short for Judean, all right, or Judah, all right, that's just one tribe. There's 11 more. That's another way you get these phonies, all right. We're the Jews. And I put in the chat, I believe, several months ago about, oh my God, one of Zabak's camps. God, this is 2013, 10 years ago. And this one individual came up, well, yeah, I was born in Israel, blah, 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 blah. And this person, when asked, well, when you say Jew, that's just one tribe. Where are all the other tribes of Israel? And this guy came out of his mouth and said, oh, we just grouped them all together. Yes, he said that. I didn't think to pull it up now before this video, but he actually came out of his mouth like that. And people, like, I mean, the jakes that were out there holding camp, they were like, what? The arrogance of these people. Even though they're all sorts of wrong, it's just people, either out of fear or just ignorance, or both, will not put their feet to the fire. And pun intended in this case. Fuck them. Again, International Fellowship of Christians and Jews. Now we saw, when was it? 2 or 3 months ago, maybe not that long. Time flies so fast, it's so lucky. Where they show what was going on over there in Israel, with the so-called Jews spitting on the Christians, throwing rocks at them. And you have to know that they do not believe in Yahweh Shai, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. All right, they hate that. Again, another more proof that these people are not who they say they are. But again, nobody says anything because you got to understand too. You have the elites, you have the people that are in power, and I'm talking about amongst the Amalekites, the Israelis. They have, I'm just going to say until very recently, because you've seen during these protests, you've seen a large contingent, whether they're for real, whether they're legitimate, more and more of them are coming out and saying, no, this has to stop with these Palestinians. Don't label us, don't automatically just group us. And see, you got to understand, a lot of this too is done to keep their own people in line. Yes, they fearmonger amongst their own. Like I said, this has been one huge hustle. All right, but you got to know, not all of them, and I'm not making an excuse for them, I don't give a fuck about it, but you have to know they're not all together on this. They're not all on code like you would think. Two, you have to understand the Ashkenazi, those that come from, Europe, largely from Ukraine and West, that region, Germany, Belgium, all that. Just to say European Jews, they have never gotten along with, actually it's the opposite. The ones from the Iberian Peninsula, from Portugal and Spain, never liked the ones from Europe. Even to this day, you're going to see two different synagogues. You're going to see one from them and one for the other guys. All right? They have never, ever. We're just not in and have never been in a position to exploit that. All right? But they do not like each other. For a long time, they did not allow for marriages between the two. This is fact. This is not me, look it up for yourself. Like I say, I always say this, racism is a team sport. We never had a team. All right? These are people that, hey, at the end of the day, it's simple. They want that birthright that they sold back. And it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You people that are unaware of what's going on, that for whatever reason, you have faith in these harlot houses that they call churches. They're not teaching you anything but song and dance. And it's sad at the same time, because it's so much to know. And like you say, knowledge is power. All right. But, and also your pride comes in the way, because, we're out there on the highways and byways, and for some reason, you're hating on us for trying to give you the truth. Not a truth, not our truth. We're trying to give you the truth. But you have to understand, there are curses involved here. There are things that are happening that are not allowing you, for those of you that don't get it yet, that's done on purpose. Isaiah 6 and 9, Romans, let's get that real quick. Let's get that real quick. Because I want to go back to about the prophecies when Israel went back. The Most High delivered them back, not by way of the Balfour Declaration. All right. When that day came or comes, all right, there were certain prophecies, there were certain things that would happen. And but let me get this real quick. This is Romans. All right. The remnant of Israel, a remnant. aka the elect. Start at 7. What then is the question? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election or remnant hath obtained it, and the rest were blinded. According as it is written, God hath given them the spirit of slumber. That's why you're not going to see it. All right? In the Old Testament too, Isaiah 29 and start at 10. But the election hath obtained it, and the rest were blinded. All right. According as it is written. All right. Let's do it again. Most High have given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear, unto this day. Nine, and David, this is King David said, remember I mentioned Isaiah 6:9, let their table be made a snare and a trap and a stumbling block and a recompense unto them. You can read the Bible from beginning to end. Doesn't mean you understand it. Proverbs 3 and 5, right? Proverbs 4 and 7. Let's get that real quick. Doesn't mean anything. The same concept. If I give you a nuclear physics book, are you going to understand that just picking it up, just reading it? Good luck with that. All right. Proverbs 4 and 7. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore get wisdom. And with all thy getting, get understanding. See, the Spirit has to be working with you with this. Don't believe me? Read Acts chapter 4 and chapter 5. See, a lot of you Christians, especially you Jakes, that's who I'm talking to here. All right. You are delusional. Yes, you are. Very much so. Listen, you really expect the person that has been kicking you in your ass has done any and all, wow, the things that this person or people have done to us and are not sorry for it, by the way. You expect them to be for your salvation, to give you the keys to your salvation. You really, really expect this man to tell you the truth about who you are? What did I say about the birthright? See, the ones that are in the know, as they say, they know exactly who we are. And you can tell if you're paying attention by how this country, how this system, this pit is set up. It's nothing but snares and nets for our people. They never intended to let us go. For those of you that believe in that bullshit ass Emancipation Proclamation, it was never to set us free. Never. I have a book here. All right. One of two, authored by Dr. Claude Anderson. All right. And it tells you, it's a lengthy title, that's why I didn't say it. But it has to do with things about slavery and the heroes and all the other people, all right, all the crap that you were taught in school, all right, a lot of that isn't worth the paper that it's printed on. But in that book, it tells you that Lincoln, when he made that declaration, his fellow government officials, they laughed. Because you got to understand, at that time, Lincoln was not the president of the whole United States, all right? And what it actually was, they had to get, all right, our people out of private ownership, because the thing was, you gotta understand, these elite didn't want to deal with Joe Bob or whatever have you. And at the same time, you gotta understand too, what's not taught in school. The English were waiting in the wings to see what was going on. Whether they were going to actually jump in or not. They don't teach you that in school. Of course, there's a lot of things they don't teach you in school, because they do not want an educated public when it comes down to it. There's so much game being run on the people. We're talking about worldwide, but especially with America. All right. That's why people make fun of this place. All right, because they see the game. They're looking from the outside in, whereas people here, you know, and you've had a large contingent of rich people that have been leaving since 2008. But back to, this video. I didn't want to go off on again, back to this. And then even more so, let me get some more. All right, Jewish involvement in the black slave trade to the Americas. They don't like to talk about it by Rabbi Mark Lee Raphael. Psalm 64 and 8. All right, telling on themselves. I'll put this in the chat. It's really too lengthy for me. Yeah. So, but it tells you here. It says about the so-called Jews. Dr. Raphael discusses the central role of the Jews in the New World commerce in the African slave trade. All right, pages 23 to 25. 17th and 18th centuries Jewish inter-island trade, Curacao, 1656. All right. Let's see. Talks about Suriname, Guyana, that region down there, Portuguese and Brazil. The Dutch and the East and West companies there. Says slave trading was a major feature of Jewish economic life in Suriname, all right, which is a major stopping off point in the triangular trade. Both North American and Caribbean Jews played a key role in the commerce. Records of slave sales in 1707 reveal that the 10 largest Jewish purchasers, all right, 10,400 guilders, spent more than 25% of the total funds, all right, exchanged. All right, just to give you a little hint, but let's go into something else here. Let's see, I had something else. Hold on. Whoops. Oh, we already done that. Wait a minute. Hold on. Here it is. All right, what else did I have? Here it is. Yael, that's her name, distributes medical bags to emergency team. This is recent. Wheelchair-bound daughter and her father killed by Hamas. Just pour it on. You helped us. Jerusalem's resiliency through the war. Prayer sustained in the midst of evil. Their mental health tested by Hamas. Israeli teens turn to volunteering. Oh, that's so sad. It really is. Delivering basic needs to those evacuated from the South. See, it's always about them folks, the ones actually behind the scenes perpetuating, wrong word there, but they're they're responsible for all this shit. All right? And then they're the ones that are yelling, help me, help me, help me. But you notice a lot of people aren't falling for it this go around. So what they're doing, they're resorting to more dirty tactics. These universities, they know that a lot of these students, they're coming out here with their mask on, with scarves on. That was the basis for really this new technology with face recognition. All right, doing all these protests and riots and things of that nature. Like I say, let none of this go to waste. That's the philosophy of this devil. All right. So they can identify. Now they're threatening people with losing their jobs if you don't go along with the narrative. That says, these Palestinians are evil. They're beheading babies and burning them and things like that. They're raping women in the streets. And yeah, they're responsible for these same things that they claim. That's always been the case. All right. That's the MO of Edom throughout the ages. All right, these are some slick, wicked bastards. Soldiers save Holocaust survivor from their death for a second time in his life. You are keeping her alive. Let's go into what else here. That's something clearly different. Here it is. This is her father. He died. He passed away. Crooked bastard. And he was being investigated for, like I say, this is a scam. Let me see. Rabbi died earlier this month. So it was 2019. I said 2017. I'm correct myself there. It was 2019. All right. Supposed to be, this organization is supposed to be worth 1.4 billion. Started in '83. Let's see. Yeah, there it. Look at him. And he's in Ukraine. It's another thing a lot of people that haven't made that connection. We're talking about the same people here. All right? You're getting all this money. All right? They have all this money and they steadily pulling on your, heartstrings there for more. These people have no... Wow. Goodness. I had something else, but let me see if I have it. Hold on. Because, let's see. Let me get another one here. International Fellowship Christian Scale. Let me try this one. I thought I had it tucked away there in the rip-off report. International Fellowship of Christians and Jews Review. Criticism of prominent rabbis' salary may have been erased. As you see here, him and his daughter. It says criticism of prominent rabbi's salary may have been erased from the internet due to fraud, investigation claims. Let's see, Washington Post was involved. Let's see, there it is. The large organization Eckstein founded, the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews, raised funds from evangelical Christians and other donors for impoverished Jews. It also facilitates Jewish immigration to Israel, including from Ukraine. Eckstein founded the group in '83 and died in 2019. But the issue of his compensation came up last week in a Washington Post expose about a company that allegedly makes baseless claims to protect the reputation of public figures. The Post reviewed nearly 50,000 records of the company. All right. Let's see, I'll post this also so you can read it for yourself. A Jewish Christian. What the? Anyway. It says publicly accessible text. This is a paragraph here. Publicly accessible text documents show Eckstein's total compensation in 2018 was more than $700,000, and that his daughter, Yael, who then served as executive vice president, earned more than $400,000. For you idiots out there that donate to this, good for you. All right, let's see what else they got here. All right, review scam or safe. How to avoid scams. There was one, let's see, charity report. Let's see, Christians and Jews, let's see, helpforgottenjews.org complaints. All right, got your scam detector. Because there was a woman ripoff, Help Forgotten. I think this is it, 5 days ago. Because as you saw when I showed you the video, people are led to believe that they're supporting these aged, Holocaust survivors, as it says in Russia. All right, let's see. Oh my goodness. All right, rip-off report. Let's try this. All right, inside information, and that's for the consumer comment. Multiple ad buys for spot on Fox News. Of course, it'll be Fox. Here it is. I have watched ads on TV from the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews. They show pictures of old, obviously poor Jews in the Soviet Union who need aid. They asked for a donation. I donated. Subsequently, I received a request for another donation from them in the mail. This is the one I was talking about. They included a picture of a young, healthy Jewish family who they were able to get to Israel. I was outraged because I was led to believe all donations were sent to help impoverished Jews in other countries, specifically the Soviet Union. The picture of the healthy Jewish family who were able to immigrate to Israel pales in comparison to the need of the elderly they showed on TV. This is the only site I could find where I could voice my concerns. Look at there. Look at there. How about that? See? So let's get some of these scriptures about, all right, what exactly was supposed to happen. All right. This is Isaiah 2. The mountain of the Most High. The word that Isaiah, the son of Amos, saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain, notice it says last days, that the mountain of the Most High Yahweh's house shall be established in the top of the mountains. All right. So this is going to be a government above all other governments, and shall be exalted above the hills, like I just said, and all nations shall flow into it. And many people shall go and say, come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Most High Yahweh. As that happened, to the house of the God of Jacob, and he would teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion should go forth the law and the word of the Most High Yahweh from Jerusalem. Because the Lord hasn't come back yet. So the 48ers, all right, all they've been doing is playing games, manipulating the people. It's a sham. Like I said earlier, this is about getting that birthright back that you sold. And it's never going to happen. All right, verse 4. And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, And they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. Now I have to say that's not what's been going on for the last 75 years. Somebody lying. Something's not right. All right. So let's see what else we got here. Let's go to and this is going to be echoing Isaiah 60. All right. This is Tobit 13:11. Many nations shall come from far to the name of the Most High Yahweh, with gifts in their hands, even gifts to the King of heaven. All generations shall praise thee with great joy. Cursed are all they which hate thee, and blessed shall all be which love thee forever. Genesis 12th chapter, right? All right. 17. All right. In fact, let's go to, we don't even have to go that far back. Let's go to Jeremiah 30, 16. It says, therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them shall go into captivity, and they that spoil thee shall be a great spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. For I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds, saith the Most High Yahweh, because they call thee an outcast, saying, this is Zion, whom no man seeketh after. And the really fucked up thing about this, in this game they play, now you look at all the movies that this devil makes. All right. What was it? Man in the Iron Mask. These movies where it tells you that, or shows rather, the people that you never considered. All right. Trying to think of others off the top of my head. Always the underdog. All right. At the end, they always receive their glory, their flowers, if you will. All right. Even some of those fables. All right. And yet he doesn't see. And a lot of you, I'm thinking also of Isaiah 46:10, because you'll credit this devil with this before the Most High. And it tells you, Isaiah 46:10, declaring the end from the beginning and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. And we've been telling you there's such a thing as predestination. All right. Everybody is given their lot. All right. And you have no choice but to follow that. Free will be damned. You have very limited at that. All right. Job 33 and 15. But let's see, I had something else here. Let's go to Jeremiah. Whoops. Three, and let's see. At that time they shall call Jerusalem the throne of the Most High Yahweh, and all the nations shall be gathered unto it, to the name of the Most High Yahweh, to Jerusalem. Neither shall they walk any more after the imagination of their evil heart. What's happening now? Is this being followed? Nope. That place that was our home is filthy now because of who's dwelling over there in our stead. So it has to be taken out. Has to. It's filthy from a filthy people. All right. And they're letting you know now, if you're not following this narrative that they've put out there, they're showing you eventually what's going to happen. You're either going to be, and people, you're going to laugh. All right, keep laughing. All right, you're going to be disappeared. You're going to be taken out of society. Yes, this is what's coming. All right, this is what's coming. You think, see, we always say this is why these scriptures like Daniel 12th chapter, verse 1 is there, and all these other, 2nd Ezra's 15th chapter, 2nd Ezra's 16th chapter. It's getting ready to be something that, as it says in Daniel 12:1, in fact, instead of using my own words, and you should be afraid. One, because you dismissed it as something, oh yeah, they GMS, Crete, Millstone, all that, they're fear mongering. Okay. The time of the end. Verse 1, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. Yeah. You think this man's just going to lay down after all he's done? And to all the people that he's done it to? You think he's just going, this is... No, hell no. What would cause you to believe, the things that this so-called white man has done down through the ages, what will lead you to believe that that's going to happen? As I always say, here's what's going to happen. We know of the atrocities that this piece of shit committed in establishing what we see here today. In that little season, as it says in Revelation 20th chapter. And in that little season, he had deceived the whole world. What makes you think, having done all this, don't you think he's going to go harder in trying to keep it? What will he do in order to keep his kingdom? That's what you need to ask yourself. And then we'll see if you laugh. Read Daniel 12:1 again. See, this is prophecy. And it will come to pass. You've got this MOTB knocking at the door, about to kick it in. That's how close it is. All right. Because it's all about control. See, all this, what's been going on all these years, all this is coming to a head now, because he can taste it. When that digital currency comes about, oh my goodness, I got it in the bag. I'm there. I got total control. A lot of you are still looking at it like, oh, it's going to be convenient. You don't have to mess with. I mean, they put it in your minds with this so-called pandemic. All right. Well, you got to get rid of the physical money. You know, it's all kinds of germs, and people people bought it. You know. But in any case, that's all I had for this. Just showing you the level of fraud here. The outright lies. And people buy it mainly because of so-called white supremacy or Edomite supremacy. Well, those people must be not taking into account that no, it's actually the opposite. Well, aren't you in for a surprise? And that's the sad thing about it, shouldn't be. So with that, once again, this has been chopping these lies down. International Fellowship of Christians and Jews. These frauds. Alright. How they scamming the people. This is one huge hustle. Alright, that's been going on for hundreds of years now. Not letting our people know who they really are. You have to keep this information. You know, Psalms 83, keeping all this information. But now the dam has burst. Now it's largely damage control, what little they can do at this point. I mean, the people that haven't gotten at this point, I mean, they're through. All right. They're just gonna, oh man, they're done. So in any case, once again, I hope whoever views this is edified. This is what we do here at Great Millstone. Like I say, these commercials, whenever they come on, I just change. It just bothers me. All right. They put it out there for all to see, but people refuse to believe that these people are frauds. You know, Zechariah 9:6, a bastard should dwell in Ashdod. All right. These people are bastard in the true sense. They have no help. The Heavenly Father isn't for them. Like I say, they were rejected. All right, and go, for your New Testament, go to Hebrews 12th chapter, read verses 16 and 17. These are Edomites. All right. Hey, so with that, until the next video, hey, shalom.